Okay, this definitely took me longer than it should have. A big portion of why it took so long was because I'm lazy, but half of it was out of my control. At the time of writing this, I was meant to record last Sunday, but a whole bunch of stuff got in my way. Also, Skirk came out, and Archer. Anyways, sorry for the crappy upload schedule. I think I'm done posting on my community tab for when I think a video is coming out, since I'm never right. Hi, it's me again. Ugh, well, this aged like milk. I definitely messed up a lot of stuff in the last pre-release analysis, but in my defense, I was kind of working with scraps. I'm not saying that none of it was my fault, because a huge portion of it was, but it was kind of difficult to figure out a character's kit since all I really had was public test and dev footage at the time. But I hopefully won't make the same mistake this time. Anyways, this time I won't only be going over the launch survivors, but I'll also be going over the launch executioner! Anyways, there are some quick things I wanted to get out of the way before starting. First, and most important being, I am human. I'm not perfect. I made this video for fun. The things that I say here are subject to change or maybe even just wrong. All corrections and updates will be added to the pinned comment until release, so check that out if you're interested. Second being, I'm going to be schizo-ranting in this video. If you don't want to hear my annoying self shrieking in your ears, you should probably find a different video. Other people made videos that actually deserve to be watched, so maybe go watch those. I will also be uploading shorts in the future that are way more objective, so maybe check those out if you're interested. Third and finally being, I am a very sarcastic person. If I say something that's mean or I sound angry, there's a 99% chance I am just joking. Okay, now with all that out of the way, let's get started. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Ultimate Outcome Memories pre-release character analysis. At the time of uploading this, there will be 7 survivors and 1 executioner upon release. Let's start with the man, the myth, the legend! Dr. Eggman. What? Is that not what you were expecting? I'm just messing around, it's Sonic. Sonic, like most other characters, has 100 base HP. However, unlike other characters, he has above average movement speed. Sonic has 2 abilities, Drop Dash and Peel Out. For Drop Dash, Sonic jumps into the air and then spin dashes. It seems that he's able to slam into the EXE around 2 times, pushing them back and stunning them for 1 second each, then doing a final dash into the EXE, pushing them back and stunning them for 3 seconds. Sonic can get a 5-second stun in total this way. Drop Dash has 3 variations, which just make him go into a ball faster on activation. For Peel Out, Sonic charges up a dash for a long time, around 3 seconds, then dashes away. What did you expect? The charge up can be cancelled, and he can pick up survivors while he's dashing. For his passive, he has a dodge meter. I don't know what it does, and I'm too lazy to scroll through hundreds of Discord messages just for a chance of them saying exactly what it does, so I'm just going to make an educated guess. It's called the dodge meter, so I'm assuming it lets him dodge hits. Since 2011X does 25 damage per hit, and the dodge meter has 50 stamina, he's probably able to dodge up to 2 hits, specifically from 2011X. He can regain 20 stamina per hit during his drop dash ability. There's a quick little Discord message I saw, and I feel like this information is pretty important, so I'll just leave this here. Another passive makes him take 15% more damage if all of his teammates die. Currently, I have no idea what his cooldown times will be, so Overall, Sonic seems like a pretty decent character. Since he has increased mobility, a good stun, a move that can get his teammates out of sticky situations, and a dodge meter, I think he's a good character. I'd say he's F tier. I find it really funny that I messed up Tails' blaster so bad last time that they had to step in and confirm that it had not been changed. Quick little petty rant. It's when his beam is countered. 1 second. While editing this, I realized that the thing I call Tails Blaster version 2 might just be when his beam gets countered. I rest my case. Alright, enough messing around. Tails, like almost Tails, like almost everyone else, has 100 base HP and average movement speed. Tails has 2 abilities, Arm Cannon and Glide. For Arm Cannon, he will... Is it called Arm Cannon? Tails has two abilities, Laser Cannon and Glide. For Laser Cannon, Tails will gain a huge movement speed reduction and charge up his beam for around 4 seconds. After the beam is completely charged, he will, well, fire the beam. This blast lasts for around 3 seconds. Upon contact with the Executioner, his beam pushes them back and stuns them for 5 seconds. To pair with his Arm Cannon, Tails also has a gauge on screen. This gauge shows how long you can fire the beam, and kinda acts like a cooldown, since he can't fire his beam while it's recharging. Although this could be changed on official release, so just keep that in mind. Quick cut in, I don't think that ability even has a cooldown anymore, so it doesn't act like a pseudo cooldown, it is the cooldown. That's what I get for recording this like over a week ago at this point. Whoops. The Laser Cannon ability's cooldown is 10 seconds, but it takes 20-ish seconds for the gauge to recharge. For his Glide ability, he, well, starts to fly. While airborne, a gauge will appear on the screen showing how long he has to fly. I think that the duration depends on if you're ascending or not, but I'm not completely sure. What I do know is that the flight lasts for a hot minute. The cooldown is probably 25 seconds. Another quick cut in, the cooldown for the Glide ability, like, depends on like how long you use it for. I've seen it have a 35-second cooldown, but then I've also seen it have like a 25-second cooldown, so what else am I supposed to say? For his passive, the Executioner is highlighted for Tails when they are within 45 studs of him. In concept, Tails seems kind of useless besides his 5-second stun, but the Laser Cannon has such a long recharge time that it doesn't seem like it would play a big role. Keywords, in concept. In practice, Tails is pretty broken. If his beam just grazes the Executioner, they get stunned. And while they are stunned, Tails can continuously shoot his beam at them, refreshing the stun time, I think, and pushing them back. The long cooldown seems like a huge drawback, but it seemingly doesn't matter since the stun times are so ridiculously long that Tails can run halfway across the map. The stun may be 5 seconds, but trust me when I say this, the stun feels painfully long. The only drawback is the long charge time. F tier.
Preview. 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 Preview.
Oh goodness. Okay, so like other survivals, Knuckles has 100 base HP and average movement speed. Why do I say it the same every time? He has 2 abilities? Punch and Counter. For the Punch ability, Knuckles charges up a punch and then punches. You don't have to charge it up all the way, but if you use it before it's completely charged, he will only stun the Executioner for 3 seconds, as opposed to 5 seconds on a full charge. Then inflict the burning status on them? No idea what the burning status does. Oh, also, if you jump while using the Punch ability, he will perform a ground pound that will stun the Executioners in a big AoE. The ground pound can also be charged, giving it an even bigger AoE. At least, I think that's what they're trying to say. This ability may have a cooldown of 15 seconds. For his counter, when you press the button, he enters a parry state that lasts for 2 seconds. If he's hit by the Executioner while in this parry state, he will do a counter attack and stun them for 3 seconds. On the dock it says counter can be charged by using punch first, then charge, then press counter. I don't know what that means, so do what you will with that information. This ability may also have a cooldown of 15 seconds. Also, Knuckles can stack stuns. This is not something that every character can do since the Executioner has a 3-second grace period after he gets stunned. For his passive, he will be able to cling onto walls and glide. To glide, Knuckles must cling onto the walls first. Knuckles may have a high barrier to entry, but I think he's still a pretty solid character. Not much has to be said about that. F tier. Hey, at least I didn't mess up Amy's kit that bad last time. Like most other survivors, Amy has 100 base HP and average movement speed. Unlike literally everyone else until now, Amy has 3 abilities. A hammer swing, a hammer throw, and a reroll ability. When using her hammer swing ability, Amy reels her hammer back and then swings it, stunning the Executioner upon contact. In the doc, it says while using her hammer, she have a iframe. I think they're trying to say that she gets iframes while swinging her hammer, so do what you will with that. For her hammer throw ability, Amy reels her hammer back and then she can throw it, stunning the Executioner upon contact. I don't know her cooldown since I don't think that they're shown in any dev footage, and I don't know her stun durations, but I kinda just assume that they're around 3 to 5 seconds by default. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, so just keep that in mind. Before I talk about her next ability, I should probably talk about her passive. Amy's passive is her tarot cards. At the beginning of the round, she will draw 2 tarot cards that will provide her with buffs or debuffs. In some cases, it's a mixture of both. I'll put what each of them do on screen. Her reroll ability makes her able to redraw her current tarot cards. In dev test footage, this ability has a 40-second cooldown, but that can possibly be changed upon release. Oh yeah, she can also do a hammer leap, by the way. I'm not sure how exactly, but it looks like if you use the hammer swing ability when you hit the ground after falling a certain distance, she will do a hammer leap instead of a swing? Once again, I'm not sure if this is actually how you use it, I'm just assuming. I think that Amy is a good character since she has 2 stuns and a semi-movement ability, but the fact that the tarot cards can debuff her makes her kind of a risky character to use. Overall, I think she belongs in F tier. I definitely got nothing wrong with Cream's kit. Quick note before starting, the doc says Cream will be getting a rework soon. I'm not sure if that'll be present on release or if it's coming through some random update after. So some, if not all of the stuff I say, might not be relevant on release. I don't know. Anyways, 100 base HP, blah blah blah, average movement speed, blah blah blah. Cream has 2 abilities, heal and dash. For her heal, Cream will start floating in place and start healing in a pretty big AoE. I could time the duration, but I don't feel like doing that, so just take a look for yourself. Also, the cooldown is unknown since it's not shown in any dev footage. Also, she can't heal Metal Sonic, so... For her dash, Cream will take a big leap forward. She can use the dash into her teammates or the Executioner to push them back. But I think that she will get a penalty for doing this, like a little bit of an HP penalty, but not too sure. This ability had a 15-second cooldown in the public test footage and the memories, but that could change on official release, obviously. Cream's passive is having Cheese the Chow. While Cheese is alive, Cream will give 15 HP per heal, but when Cheese dies, Cream will only give 5 HP per heal. Cheese will die when Cream reaches 30 HP or lower. Cream can also glide if you press jump while falling from high enough. I do think that Cream is very valuable to have on the team since she's the only survivor who can heal at the moment. However, her healing is the only thing she really has going for her. I guess her mobility is okay since she has a glide and a dash, but in my opinion, that dash is not doing much for her. Obviously, it could be changed on release, but I'm just assuming that it's the same in the public test and the memories. I'm not sure if the HP penalty from dashing will be in the game on release, but if it is, it'll definitely impact her place in the meta. Also, while she's healing, she's kind of a sitting duck. I'm not sure if the heal move can be cancelled, like manually, but I assume that it gets cancelled when she gets hit, so she's not in that great of a spot when healing. There's still more I could say about her, but this has already gone on long enough. SSS tier! The mandatory tank of the group. It's so nice to know that our only lifeline will be occupied by cowards. Jokes aside, Metal Sonic has 165 base HP, possibly 175 since he has 175 in some newer clip, but I choose to believe the doc over that, and 50% damage mitigation. He also has average movement speed, I think. For his 2 abilities, he has Charge and Self-Repair. For his charge, he will stand in place for a while, then charge in whichever direction he's facing. If he charges into an Executioner, he will pick them up. While holding the Executioner, Metal will take shocks of damage. If Metal's HP is above 50, he will take 35 damage per shock. If his HP is below 50, he will take 15 per shock. If you run into a wall while holding the Executioner, he will stun them for 7.5 seconds, but he will also stun himself for a bit as well. For his self-repair ability, Metal Sonic stands still and heals himself. He will heal faster when Tails or Eggman are nearby, but Eggman makes Metal heal faster than Tails does. Eggman makes it so he heals himself once every 0.75 seconds, and Tails makes it so he heals himself every second. I don't know if Metal can manually cancel the ability, but it does get cancelled when he gets hit. His passive ability is a self-destruct upon death. When Metal Sonic dies, he explodes, pushing the Executioner back and stunning them for 10 seconds. One more thing to add, Metal cannot be healed by Cream. Metal is definitely a very valuable member of the team and a top meta character if played right, but I will not get over what some of y'all did in the past. Anyways, good stun, self-heal, and self-destruct all make Metal a very good character to protect the team. F tier. Dr. Eggman. He's definitely one of the characters of all time. Another side note, Eggman is also getting a rework soon. Like Cream, I'm not sure if it's going to come before or after release. So some, if not all of the things I say here are subject to change. Also, like, all of Eggman's footage is kinda old, like 3 months old, so take everything here said with a huge grain of salt. Anyways, 100 base HP and average movement speed. Wow, I've never heard that one before. Eggman has 2 abilities, Shield and Boost. For his shield, Eggman summons a little self-defense bubble that lasts around 5 seconds. The base cooldown seems to be around 25 seconds, but if the shield is destroyed, it seems like that cooldown is increased by 10 seconds. The good thing about his shield being broken is that it seems to stun the executioner for a bit. For his boost ability, Eggman uses his jetpack to propel himself forward, gaining a huge speed boost. This ability lasts for around 4 seconds and has a 21-second cooldown. I think his passive is his double jump, I'm not sure, but he can double jump. Eggman is okay, I guess. He's kinda a dead weight if Metal isn't on the team, but I guess he can use his shield to revive teammates or body block, but other than that, he's kinda useless. SSSSS tier! Okay, finally. The whole reason I made this video in the first place. 2011X is going to be faster than every survivor by default, I think. I don't know how Sonic's speed works, but I feel like that would break the game if he was faster than the killer, so... He will also have a 3-second ICD after being stunned, meaning he cannot be hit for 3 seconds after being stunned. I'm confused about the 3-second ICD. I don't know if it just, like, applies to each individual survivor, like, they can only stun once, and then they have to wait 3 seconds to be able to stun again, or if it's like if one survivor stuns, then no one else can stun for 3 seconds. I don't know. His hit rate is fast, to say the least, dealing 25 damage per hit, or
17.5
on Metal, I think. 2011X has 4 abilities: Invisibility, Charge, God's Trickery, and Rage Mode. Okay, Invisibility. 2011X goes invisible. Wow. He also gains a major speed boost. In the public test and the memories, he also gets a little indicator at the bottom of the screen, showing if anyone's nearby. I'm too lazy to count the duration, so I'll just show the whole duration. The ability for his cooldown, The cooldown for this ability may be 10 seconds. For his charge move, he flashes red a couple of times, and then starts to fly in whichever direction he's facing. Once again, I'm too lazy to count the duration, so I'll just show you the whole duration. If you fly into a survivor while using this ability, 2011X will grab them and put them into a rhythm game? In this rhythm game, he will continuously drain their HP until the survivor dies or breaks free from the Project Sekai addiction. The cooldown for this ability may be 35 seconds. In the doc, it says, charges and invisibility have iframe, so do what you will with that. Now on to Rage Mode! Rage Mode has a specific requirement before you can use it. I think you need to be stunned a specific amount of times to build up a meter, but it could also just be how long you're stunned for or something. I don't know. After the meter is completely built up, you can enter Rage Mode. This will give you enhanced speed, damage, and decreases stun time, maybe? I also think that they're trying to say it makes you jump higher. Rage Mode's cooldown may be 10 seconds, but it doesn't really matter since it can't be activated until the meter is full. For God's Trickery, I assume that it teleports you to a random survivor and hits them, then gives them some sort of glitchy effect on their screen. The cooldown in the dev footage is 15 seconds, but once again, this could be changed upon release. I'm not sure what the doc is trying to say here, so you can just make your own assumption. After God Trickery, you will have 3-second end lag. I also don't know what the doc is trying to say here, so once again, you can make your own assumption. What do we get when we get an EXE with a fast hit rate, good damage, and insane abilities? Broken! F tier. Oh, wait, that's everyone? Oh, hallelujah! Okay, this is actually where I think everyone belongs on the tier list. Please do not go and watch my other pre-release analysis. It's garbage and I didn't work hard enough on it before rushing it out. I saw some people making OM videos similar to what I was making, panicked, and then rushed the video out. I hope that this one is at least a little bit better. All of the developers are insanely hardworking and incredibly talented people. They seriously deserve lots of love since they've been committing a lot of their free time for years to make a passion project that'll probably earn them minimal profits. Oh, and before anyone asks if X character is going to be in the game, I'm just gonna show a list of characters that'll be added to the game at some point. Oh yeah, also thank you for 500 subscribers. I genuinely never thought I would make it this far. It really means a lot to me. Anyways, I have some video ideas for after Outcome Memories comes out, so maybe consider sticking around if that interests you. If you like the video, maybe give it a thumbs up, and maybe consider subscribing if you want to see more Outcome Memories / TD content. It's not like I care or anything. Baka! I can't make any promises on consistency or anything, but I'll probably be hanging around for a little while, so more videos will definitely be made. I'm also on summer break now, so I have way more free time to actually make stuff. I do have a job, but I only work part-time, so I still have lots of free time on my hands. I hope I'll be able to post more now, but only time will tell. Sorry in advance if I don't post much. Anywho, I guess I'll be seeing you around. Or not. Who knows?